94% of my audience is men. I'm about to do a workout that she says most of you won't be able to do. Can the world's strongest man do it? Can you do it? Let's find out. I am here with Mel B Trains. Her socials are down below. She is a fitfluencer of sorts. You can go check out her profile, but I thought I would call her in to take me through the hardest glute workout that she does.
Oh yeah.
Wish me luck, we'll see how I go.
So for today's workout, I actually do 4 exercises only for a glute/leg day.
Yep.
Today we're gonna do 2 compound exercises, 2 isolates, and we're gonna do hip thrusts. But with hip thrusts today, I actually prefer not to go super heavy with them. I find you get better like contraction with your glutes, and you get the better mind to muscle connection when you go a little bit lighter. So we're actually gonna go with 2 plates as the max,
cool.
But the pump will still be there. And then after that, we'll do some RDLs with the barbell,
yep.
And then we'll go into sumo dumbbell squats, okay. And either some cable kickbacks or some deficit reverse lunges.
Okay, we'll see what's available, but
yes.
I reckon that's a good start. Really important note there that she made. If you're looking to lift to get strong, you are lifting for movements. If you're looking to work on a muscle, you're looking to feel the muscle. So you might not want to max out these movements that you're trying to focus on a particular muscle.
Yeah.
Let's get stuck straight in.
Get into it.
Go do a hip thrust.
So we're gonna start with hip thrusts right now. We're gonna start with a plate, move on to a plate 25, and then 2 plates for maybe 3 to 4 sets of 8 reps, 8 to 10 reps. You're gonna set up. I like to lean back probably around right here, like underneath my shoulder blades or around my shoulder blades. Drive through your heels, chest down. You kind of want that double chin look, but it is what it is. And then push.
All right. Now I have one issue in getting set up, which is...
That, do you want me to lift it on top of you? Like kind of just
yeah,
place it up there?
I do, because it's so... Oh. What's your tip to not feel your hamstrings?
I actually like to do it on a Smith machine and hold my glutes here.
Hold them?
I like to hold them. So it kind of builds that mind to muscle connection. It's harder when you're doing it like this because it's more wobbly. But I like to hold it so I feel the actual muscle contracting.
Quinn, can you come hold my glutes? Come hold them.
Whew. I also do recommend a pause at the top on your last rep just to really squeeze for about 2 to 3 seconds. Gets the glutes pumping.
Do you reckon you're gonna be able to do, you won't be able to do that? I watched you deadlift, there's no way. You will not be able to do that.
I can do it.
Don't pee on me. Sister, no. Do you want to grab one side? Oh, look down.
Squeeze the glutes.
When I do these, which is never, but theoretically, I go up to like at least 300. Do you know why, Mel?
Why?
Because big girls need love too.
Got it.
Oh.
Good job.
Oh. I don't feel nothing. It is light, but I don't feel nothing. It's certainly pumping up.
The goal is to, when you stand up, you actually want to feel all the blood rushing to your glutes. So you actually feel the pump itself, which is why I love hip thrusts.
Okay.
Like you instantly feel the pump, like you feel the blood in your glutes.
And when you pose.
And then when you pose, you can see the pump.
But I see this trick a lot, where like you pull your hamstrings in.
That's a bit extra, but it's okay.
Surely you do that.
I actually don't.
No?
Like to go under, like scoop it?
Yeah. Oh, scoop.
The scoop.
It's the term, the scoop.
Scoop.
Give it the scoop. Now, in all of this, tell me end goal, glute end goal.
Well, of course, we want to build a shelf.
Sure.
But also just to be strong and just to overall feel good in the gym. Like you want to be confident. Working your way up and seeing your progress, honestly, is the most like impactful part for me, is just to actually like see the growth itself. My end goal, obviously big glutes, but like big strong glutes. Next exercise, we're gonna do Romanian deadlifts. Gonna be a hinge movement. So you're gonna wanna like push your hips outward, bring the bar over here, kind of like setting up like a deadlift, but when you lift it, you're gonna wanna hinge backward, really squeeze the glutes at the top, and then come back down, and we're gonna do 8 reps.
And you intentionally don't get to the ground, huh?
I intentionally don't. I bring the bar just a little past my knees.
All right, when you're doing it, do you think about bringing your shoulders down and forward or sending your hips backwards?
I send my hips backwards.
Always hips backwards?
Yes, yes. Because I want the primarily focus to be like on my glutes and my hamstrings.
Sure.
Taking it off my upper half.
Okay.
We're gonna add.
But if you were a guy,
yeah,
you'd want it to work the upper half.
Wrong day. Different day. We're gonna add 15 pounds for our next set.
So thing to note with how Mel does her RDLs here, when we're looking for accessories to build a particular muscle, constant tension is going to be really important. That's why locking out an RDL isn't near as important. I do it out of habit, but if we're looking to build a muscle, this is going to be more effective where hips stay soft, knees stay soft, and you're always working the intended muscle. We'll get a metabolic response that way, meaning that we are more likely to damage the active tissue, therefore build the active tissue.
Third exercise is going to be some sumo dumbbell squats. So we're going to go pretty heavy on these today. Kind of go into the squat position, lean back into it so when you lift it up, feels natural, and then drive it with your glutes. I'm driving actually all through my heels. I'm going a little bit outward, so like shoulder length apart, but I face outwards. And one thing I like about these is at the top, I like to get that shake to really like activate my glutes and that pump. So we're gonna do 8 reps, 3 sets.
Cool. Ow. That hurts.
Squat down, squat down. Squat down and lift it.
No, I hurt my fingers.
Oh.
Oh, what about this style?
Oh yeah. You may just not have as much range of motion.
I'm gonna go big boy style. This is called the testicle cradler. Oh. Wow. Important point here. Back to, are we moving to be strong or are we moving to work a muscle? I know a lot of you are probably looking at the weights thing going like, you're just sort of going through the motions. On something like this, 110 didn't feel like nothing. My actual working weight might be around 140, 150, but even though my deadlift's over 1,000, doing this at a high intensity would just turn it into the exact same thing as squatting. So the change in intention is definitely really important.
All right, our last exercise is gonna be cable kickback. So one thing a lot of people get confused about is they actually think you just kick it straight back out. I actually like to tilt my leg a little outwards and I go out this way. I find I activate more of like my upper and lower glutes and I just push out here. Sometimes it's good to hold on to here. I kind of like to put my hand placement here so I can actually feel the mind to muscle connection. And I'm gonna kick it back out. You don't need to go too low down to be like 90 degrees. I kind of like it around like here. It's a good length. And then just to kick it back out.
So one thing about kickbacks is if you think about this motion and you close the chain, so you put your foot on the ground, you put the same exertion in here, then it's gonna send your hip out this way. And the benefit of your hip going out this way is now when we get to those moving events, we're talking about stabilizing the hips. Incredibly useful, incredibly important. It looks like a fit chick, simple, booty, stupid exercise, but is incredibly useful when we're trying to attack those very particular things. So yes, it will build your butt. In our context, who really cares? But it will stabilize your hips for moving events and anytime you're on a single leg. And in fact, this exercise, even though we're working the moving leg, the plant leg still gets a substantial amount of work as well to stabilize that hip. Anytime we're thinking about glutes and hips, we're thinking single leg is superior tenfold over double leg stance. Let's kick in. Now, if you want your glutes to look good, of course you've got to do the training, but you should also pick up your LHBK shorts. We've got 6-inch and we've got 3-inch. If you really want to show off the glutes, 3-inch is probably the way to go. The shop is down in the description. It's also linked in the description. As per usual, lift heavy, be kind, and grow your glutes.